Girl divorced husband for not buying her shawarma. This article was written by People Pakistan, and just right off the bat, this title seems like clickbait. But it does have shawarma in it, so I'm gonna take the bait. In Arab divorce cases, just when you thought it couldn't get any more bizarre, here comes one and that tops them all. Like, it gets weirder than getting divorced over shawarma? By the way, if you don't know what shawarma is, stop watching this video, go look it up, because it is... Don't get me started on shawarma. It is amazing. In the details of the most recent case, an Egyptian woman is reportedly divorcing her husband because he refused to buy her a shawarma wrap during an outing, telling her it's too expensive. If you can't even afford to buy your wife shawarma, maybe marriage wasn't the right choice. Maybe you should have saved up some money first. According to Masrawi, the couple had been married for only 40 days when the woman was just fed up with her husband's stinginess. Stinginess is actually a huge problem in relationships, and if you or your partner is stingy, the relationship is going to get really rocky and it's going to get really difficult. We had a traditional arranged marriage. I only knew him for 2 months before the wedding and never noticed how stingy he was. Now immediately, right off the bat, you might go like, aha, it's because it's an arranged marriage, isn't it? No, it's not. Arranged marriages come in many different forms. In your mind, you might be thinking, arranged marriage, oh, it must have been a forced marriage. But forced marriage and arranged marriage are two different things. So maybe in those 2 months, either they didn't get to know each other that well, and that's the problem, or they did get to know each other, but the man was hiding his stinginess. This is what scares me about marriage, man. It's like, don't pretend to be someone you're not. It's gonna show. And it's all gonna come crashing down in the marriage. During the first week of our marriage, he told me that he hates going out anywhere because that would be a waste of money. Samiha also explained that her husband would count loaves of bread before he left the house each morning because he wanted to track how many she ate. Oh my god. What? What are you, Weight Watchers? Are you counting calories? Is she getting fat and you're trying to make sure she doesn't go over a certain weight limit? Or are you that stingy? The shawarma wrap argument came when the wife was at her wit's end. The woman complained to her family, telling them that her husband's actions were just too much to handle, but they actually defended him, telling her he was just trying to be good with money. That's not being good with money. That's being crazy. Not even stingy. That's way beyond stingy. What is he, your prison warden? Sometimes families don't really listen, and they just want the marriage to work because it just looks wrong. It looks bad on the family and the family name if there's a divorce that early in the marriage. For sure, try to get them together and come up with some sort of solution, but don't ignore it altogether and just say, he's good with money. Obviously not. After I endured 40 days of being married to him, endured 40 days, holy smokes, this was like torture to her. It's like a prison sentence. I begged him to take me out anywhere, as we hadn't gone anywhere as a married couple. He reluctantly agreed. Oh, how nice of him. He must be a gentleman. During the outing, I asked my husband to buy me a shawarma wrap. Not my husband. I'm just reading the thing. I'm not married. I asked my husband to buy me a shawarma wrap, but he refused, saying we went out to get juice and that's it. He also accused me of trying to exploit his wealth. This can't be real, man. This must be, I'm pretty sure this article's like satire or something, right? It's a satirical article. There's no way this is real. And exploiting his wealth? What wealth? Bro, she's asking for juice and a shawarma wrap. That's not a diamond ring. He also accused me of trying to exploit his wealth by forcing him to buy both a juice and a sandwich all at once. Seriously, she's asking for too much. Juice and a sandwich? Pfft, what is this, a package deal? That is a deal breaker, ladies. I mean, a diamond ring, that's okay, we'll do it. Golden earrings, sure, we'll do it. A juice and a shawarma, both at the same time? You gotta be kidding me. Samiha also explained that her husband berated her throughout the outing. He then also asked her to leave his car and go back home using public transportation. Whoa, okay, wait, that's just ridiculous. What? She asks for juice and a shawarma wrap, and you tell her to walk home? This is crazy, man. This is ridiculous. I hope the story isn't real, just for her sake. Because if someone had to go through this kind of stinginess and this kind of ridiculously messed up mentality, this is really sad. This story is disheartening. First he counts the bread loaves, and then he makes her walk home. This dude is definitely subtly trying to tell her, yo, you put on a few pounds and I need you to lose some weight. I was just fed up. I went back to my family home and immediately decided to file for divorce. I can no longer live with this man. He is sick. By the sounds of it, sick is an understatement. That's an offense to sick people. If the story is in fact real, and it's not just a made-up story, we have not heard the husband's point of view. We haven't heard his perspective on the way events turned out. But by the sound of things, this man sounds really messed up. The divorce case is now pending in an Egyptian court and is expected to wrap up in the coming weeks. I see what you did there, pun intended. Wrap up. The case is expected to shawarma wrap. No? Okay. Man, I'm trying to be punny here. Ungrateful people. So what were some of the online responses to this story? Let's see. How are there people who live like this? Well, apparently there are, but you know, they get divorced. راجل معفن. راجل معفن. That's an understatement. Stinginess is the worst trait ever. It's good that you left him. Now that's true. That's what I keep hearing about people. They're like, never marry someone who's stingy, because that is the one trait that never changes. So my final words, before you get married, get to know someone, and don't pretend to be someone you're not, because eventually it will show. And for more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. And until next time, assalamu alaikum and peace be with you.
If this video gives you a stroke, diarrhea, constipation, internal bleeding, or any abdominal discomfort, ask your doctor if racism is right for you. Ignorance sold separately, logic not included.